Okay, guys, I'm back. I was just talking. I didn't even realize the video had cut off. But okay, so hopefully you guys, we did the number 4 about Miss Bobby. Okay, so let's go to number 5. The TV begged for Marquand to watch it, but he did his homework instead. Like I was saying before, that's because Marquand is such a responsible student. So of course he's going to do that. But the TV cannot beg Marquand because he's not a human. So it must be a personification. TV is the object, beg will be the human trait. Okay? Number 6, Miss Simmons gets so thirsty while she teaches she could drink a lake. Like, yes, I get really thirsty. Y'all know I love my coffee, but I can't actually drink a lake. Like, that would be impossible. Okay? So this is literally like a really good exaggeration. So this is a hyperbole. Okay? Number 7, I told you this 100 times. That sounds like something that I say and your parents say often. That is a hyperbole because, of course, we can't say something 100 times. Number 8, I am so angry I could punch a hole through a brick wall. So, guys, of course, like we get really angry, but can't punch a hole through a brick wall. Like that is pretty much impossible. Plaster, probably, yeah, but not a brick wall. So this is definitely an exaggeration or a hyperbole. Number 9, the sun was a blanket on my lap as I sat in the park. So guys, the sun is the object, and it's saying that the sun is a blanket. The sun can actually be a blanket, right? So we know that that is actually, no. So they're actually comparing the sun to a blanket. So this would be a metaphor because personification is when the object actually does something. And here the sun is not really doing anything. It's just saying that it's comparing the sun to a blanket. So it's kind of confusing. We don't want to get confused on these because sometimes these can kind of seem like the same thing because I almost got confused. And then number 10, Mrs. Samario is as fast as a cheetah while she runs on a treadmill in the gym. So we know that this is a simile because it's comparing Mrs. Samario to a cheetah and it uses as. So let's continue to our guided practice. So guys, you know that this is the time where you can put it on pause and you can do the guided practice with either your sisters and brothers, cousins, aunties, parents, whatever you want to do, okay? And then you can pick it back up or we can just do it together. So now guys, this is the time where we're going to put it into context in a poem. So as you can see, I kind of put some lines next to the poem because each line in this poem is a different type of figurative language and we're going to try to figure out what that is. First thing I want to do is point out that there is one stanza in this poem. Okay. I also want to point out the fact that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. Okay, we always want to pick that out. So let's go ahead and read. The sun stared down at him and wouldn't get off his back. His feet ate the dust as he ran the endless track. So back and track rhyme. The wind gave him wings and the miles went by. He was running for gold, for victory he died. Critics said his attitude never changed like the winter weather. He was sturdy and strong, unlike a flimsy feather. Feather. His feet were yardsticks as they crossed the line. For miles you could hear him yell, victory is mine. Okay, guys, so we went ahead and we marked up our poetry elements like we always do. I don't see any repetition, so I don't need to do that. But I do want to go back and I want to point out what the different types of figurative language is in the poem. So the first line says, the sun stared down at me and wouldn't get off, stared down at him and wouldn't get off of his back. So guys, this is what I was saying when an object is doing something. Like sun, the sun cannot stare, right? So this is an example of personification because the sun can't do this human trait. His feet ate the dust as he ran the endless track. So it said his feet ate, right? Feet cannot eat. That's definitely a human trait. So personification. The wind gave him wings and the miles went by. So this whole poem is pretty much a lot of personification because it's giving these objects human traits. He was running for gold, for victory he'd die, right? So of course he's not going to actually die for victory, but that's how hard he was running. So this is definitely a hyperbole. Critics said his attitude never changed like the winter weather. So they're comparing his attitude to the winter weather. So this is a simile here. And I know that because it's using the word like, right? And then it says he was sturdy and strong, unlike a flimsy feather. So again, even though it says unlike, it still uses the word like. And so this will also still be a simile because it's comparing him, how strong he is, to unlike a feather. Then it says his feet were yardsticks as they crossed the line, right? So it's saying that his feet were yardsticks, right? They're comparing his feet to yardsticks, but they're not using like or as. So this right here must be a metaphor, okay? Basically saying that his feet were like really heavy or really long to cross the line. And then it says for miles, you could hear him yell, victory is mine, right? So miles, you can't really hear somebody yelling because that's just far away. So this is definitely an exaggeration, a hyperbole, okay? Good, so let's go ahead and begin to answer our questions. First question is always pretty easy. How many stanzas are in this poem? As we can see, we already marked it up. There is only one stanza in this poem. So we can circle A. That was pretty easy. 2. Which of the following represents the figurative language the author uses in, line 3? Okay, so you have to be very, very specific. This is why it's important to number your lines so that you can know exactly which line to go back to. So I already labeled that it was personification. So that's pretty easy. The wind cannot give anybody wings, right? So personification. 3. Which of the following is an example of a hyperbole in the poem? A. For miles you could hear him yell, victory is mine. He was running for gold. His feet were yardsticks. Or the sun stared down. So guys, this is where I could go back to my poem and see what I labeled. So when it says he yelled, victory is mine, we said that that was a hyperbole, okay? Because this is what we're looking for, hyperbole. When he was running for gold, that running for gold was not the part that was the hyperbole. It was the victory he died that was the hyperbole. So we don't want to get confused with that. That was like that trick answer that we should eliminate. Because as you notice in the answer, it didn't include the last part. C, his feet were yardsticks. Where is that at? That's our metaphor. Can't be right. And then D, the sun stared down. When you go back up, that's the personification because the sun cannot stare. So A is our hyperbole. Okay? Good. And then lastly, number 4, it says this line can be identified as what type of figurative language? His feet were yardsticks as they crossed the line. So basically saying that comparing his feet to yardsticks because they were so long, right? But they didn't use like or as. So this here is our metaphor. Okay, good. So now, guys, it's come to the time where it's over for me. This is your independent practice. This is the time for you to practice and show what you know. Once you are done, like I say, always get a parent or someone to check your work so you can know you're on the right track. After you complete your independent practice, don't forget to click on your exit ticket and submit it so you can get your grade, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow there is going to be a quick little quiz on what we have learned this week. So if you want to go back, all of your classwork is there in Google Classroom. You can go back and study your board equals paper. Study similes, metaphors, alliteration, automatopoeia, personification, hyperbole, because all of that is going to be on your quiz on tomorrow, okay? Have a good day, guys. See you later.